The CSIRO and the Australian Energy Market Operator, as I just mentioned, have crunched the numbers in their latest Gen Cost report released today. It finds that nuclear energy would still be the most expensive way to deliver low emissions energy to Australia. Do you accept that CSIRO and AEMO have the expertise to make these findings?
Sarah, I think if you're going to ask that question, I think of what the CSIRO says themselves. I asked them a couple of weeks ago this very question at a hearing of the Parliament. And when it comes to issues relating to nuclear energy, they conceded that they actually don't have the expertise like the likes of the International Atomic Energy Agency, which draws different conclusions from the CSIRO in aspects such as timing.
Just to be clear, you're saying the CSIRO told you they do not have the expertise to make the findings in this report?
Compared to the International Atomic Energy Agency, they conceded that they do not have the same degree of expertise in certain areas, including the timing, which features in their report.
Well, my response, Sarah, is that I don't believe I know better than the CSIRO, Australia's premier scientific agency, and AEMO, who runs our grid. Ted thinks he does know better. That's the key difference between us. And I don't agree that the CSIRO is not qualified. They are one of the world's most respected scientific organisations. And, you know, when they brought their report out last year, Ted, as is his perfect right, went to them and said, I think you've got it wrong about how long nuclear reactors last and how often they're used, their capacity factor. And the CSIRO and AEMO, to their credit, have listened to Ted, run the numbers on his suggestions and found that his criticisms have no basis in evidence and it doesn't change the costs. So with respect, Ted has no grounds for complaint. He's raised concerns. The CSIRO, and I was very disappointed today to see Peter Dutton suggest some form of political interference. That's deeply offensive, not to me. He can say what he likes about me, but to the CSIRO. I'm deeply offended that the opposition would accuse them of being subject to political interference when they have, for the best part of 100 years, been completely independent of any politician, of any political interference. They've brought this report out at complete arm's length from government, and its findings are just inarguable.